Have you ever wondered why these powerful people have such a strong bond with this venerable electric car company? Come along as we investigate the fascinating tale of the billionaires' Tesla obsession and learn the factors that stoked their intense adoration. In a recent article, asked in a CNBC interview, billionaire investor Jim Breyer stated that Tesla has a significant manufacturing advantage over other companies that have been in place for at least 5 years. Breyer also observed the manufacturing lines of various car companies personally. Let's dive deeper into this discussion, but first, let's smash the like and subscribe buttons. With that said, let's start this exciting journey together. Notably, updated hardware is now being shipped with the new Tesla Model I vehicles, and inventory levels for the Model 3 have sharply declined in Europe, defying the assertions of testosterone skeptics who had previously claimed that there was no demand for Tesla's performance in the area. For the latest on Tesla stock, it looks that the Model Y has new hardware. This information was revealed in the page source code of Tesla's model inventory page and has been confirmed by reliable sources. Troy and Analysts' current estimate is relatively conservative because they don't trust the European market figures. However, when comparing the same period last quarter to the present, Tesla's performance has surpassed expectations, reaching a new record low in inventory levels. This positive trend is especially encouraging for the daily reporting countries. Additionally, Tesla is performing well in terms of international shipments, with 3 ships currently en route from China to Europe, guaranteeing a steady supply. Although some vehicles with Hardware 3 are still present, the camera placements remain consistent with Hardware 3 and parking. Sensors appear to be absent. The details of Hardware 4 on the Model I are unclear, but it may include similar upgrades seen on the Model S, possibly excluding additional cameras that may be introduced alongside the redesign. Pictures shared show a lot filled with these new cars. Another source has confirmed this information. Although already a strong demand for Teslas in the US, it is believed that the introduction of new hardware will further boost sales. Speculation has arisen about the possibility of the Model I performance variant supporting Steam games, which could motivate. Although Tesla Canada has acknowledged the new hardware's existence, there is currently no proof that the cars being sent from China to Canada have it in. If this isn't the case, there may be reductions in price or changes to the list price for the new cars in Canada. In other developments, NASDAQ has delisted Nikola, who was planning to produce electric trucks after she didn't reach the minimum bid price standards. This development brings to light the difficulties Trevor Milton and the company as a whole confront. Interestingly, Nikola trucks move by using gravity in a different way. The banking crisis is not the case with NVIDIA stock, which has increased by about 25 today. Owner of both NVIDIA and Tesla stock, Gary Black, believes that Tesla's partnership with NVIDIA on megapacks will prove to be a profitable venture, bringing in $20 billion annually. This could result in a notable rise in Tesla's energy revenues, potentially leading to a $4 billion upside surprise in quarterly earnings, or an increase of $1 per share. By 2024, the current 35x price to earnings ratio might result in a rise of 35 per share. The CEO of Boston Dynamics suggests that Tesla unveiled the Optimus to avoid drawing more competition from small startups. It can be argued that Tesla is purposefully hiding their income and profits from their Megapacks business due to the overwhelming profitability. However, this is still speculation worth considering. Tesla were to openly acknowledge the significant profitability of their Megapacks, they would undoubtedly face intensified competition. Gary thinks that investors in Tesla have a wonderful chance because of NVIDIA's breakthrough. James, who concurs with Gary? Even though Jeff has a slightly congested nose today, he recently read a lengthy 144-page report from Jefferies on AI and monetization, and curiously enough, Tesla was not mentioned once. Based on the price to earnings ratio, I can still smell the potential. The good news for Australian Tesla enthusiasts is that NVIDIA is now less expensive than it was 2 days ago. While we may all feel a little left out, our time will come. Additionally, 2 Tesla business cars already have FC beta installed, and there are rumors that at least 2 cars in Europe also have this feature. AFS beta will soon be available in Australia with a 0.3% GDP decline. Germany is currently experiencing a recession. While this decline is not significant, it has affected the market, and watching videos on Twitter has become more enjoyable as users can now adjust the playback speed and enjoy a mini player. We now have a new picture that reveals the interior of the Cybertruck. Keep in mind that the lens may distort some aspects, but it looks impressive to me. According to Teslarati, sales of the Model I appear to be increasing rather than decreasing, making it the best-selling vehicle in the world. In the meantime, Xbox is facing a significant decline in profit margins, the opposite of what Nvidia is currently experiencing. This news has caused the new Tesla to plummet 50 spots in a reputable brand survey, currently ranking at number 62. Tesla proudly shared that the new red color of the Model I features 7 layers of paint. Personally, I find it fascinating to see how the midnight cherry color appears differently under various lighting conditions. Tesla is my favorite color by far. This puts Tesla behind Ford and a number of other significant automakers, including GM, Toyota, Honda, and BMW. Even though the decline can initially seem alarming, Tesla continues to rank well in the survey, which makes the scenario intriguing and a surprise change of events. Twitter has surpassed the Trump Organization, which is ranked lower at number 100 to come in at number 97 on the study. Given the small number of businesses on the list, most notably, a poll ranks auto companies as follows. It's worth wondering why the Trump Organization was included in the first place. Toyota and the 6th position 13 Honda, 16 Subaru, and 4 General Motors after Tesla and Volkswagen. Chrysler came next. Possibly the most notable feature of this study is that FDXK, the financial misconduct affiliated firm, is included. It's astonishing to see that a business connected to a public figure came in much lower than a real scheme that conned people out of money. I understand why a political figure's company would be viewed with both intense hatred by half of the nation and strong adoration by the other half, or by a third of the population. But what really baffles me is how a company that has embezzled money from people and is despised by everyone can rank higher than a company that a sizable portion of the nation would unquestionably love, despite the fact that another portion would hate it fervently. If you apply basic logic, a company that is loved by half of the population and hated by the other half would logically be ranked at the very bottom rather than in the 99th place. Another reason to take into consideration is the scores themselves, which are 74.362. And even if you go higher, you still see scores in the 70s. Since Fox is the only media outlet from that industry, even though the survey indicates that Tesla has experienced a significant decline, the actual difference in absolute terms doesn't seem that substantial. Warren makes a valid observation here regarding how no other media organizations made audit on this list. It's interesting to note that Pfizer is also included in the list, ranking at number 50. For example, we have CNN, CNBC, NBC, and MSNBC. What's even more interesting, in my opinion, is that the firm that makes Bud Light is ranked 57th on this list. It seems as though they polled more members of one political party than the other. Permit me to introduce you to their approach. What most interests me is that they cut the number of respondents in half this year compared to last year, when there were roughly 33,000 people surveyed. It seems as though half of the respondents were dropped, possibly because the company didn't want them to participate. Of course, this is just conjecture on my part, but based on what I found, I'll keep looking into it. My initial impression is that if Tesla is still doing reasonably well in this survey, it indicates that our particular party still has affection for, or at the very least likes, Tesla. Although the mood may not be as strong as it was previously, it's still important to note that the study had 34 participants in 2020, but by 2021, that number had increased to 43. This is another info our video. Don't forget to subscribe, and thank you so much for watching. This is Tesla Stock News. Additionally, both Fox and Twitter found themselves at the bottom before indicating some level of bias. Extent of bias in the results are difficult to determine, especially without the inclusion of CNN, MSNBC, and other legacy media companies, which interestingly also ranked at the very bottom alongside Fox.